a presenter of Brahmastram. Brahmastram, one of the most awaited films of the year, one of the costliest films of the year. பட் வெறும் இயர்ன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, ஏன்னா இது ஒரு 7-8 வருஷமாக பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. 7 years, 8 years. When did you start the journey? 2014. Okay, that's a long count. I'm not good at maths. Okay, so this many years back, Ayan has dreamt about creating a world that we have never seen before, the Astra verse. Creating this magnificent astras that we have learned in our scriptures, in our itihasas, in our Puranas, in our folklore. We have, as children, we heard about these astras, but never seen them in their splendor. That's what Ayan has dreamt. It's a long journey. He was ably supported by Karan Johar Avargal, Ranbir, Alia, Nag sir, Amit sir. Everyone became a part of that great journey. Thank you. Thanking all these people for making me also a part of that fantastic journey. ஸோ இது கிரியேட் பண்ணும்போது இது சாதாரணமான விஷயம் கிடையாதுங்க. இட்ஸ் நாட் அன் ஈஸி ஜாப். எதனா பவர்ஸ்னா ஒரு ஹீரோக்கு ஒரு பவர்ஸை கொடுத்துட்டு பண்ணிடலான்னா இட்ஸ் நாட் ஸோ சிம்பிள். இட்ஸ் வெரி வெரி டிஃபிகல்ட் பிகாஸ் what Ayan has chosen is not just creating a magnificent power. It is creating a power which still has some limits. So there he gave a scope to create a bigger villain, and also he created a scope for a constant struggle for the hero characters to win, for the good to win over the evil. It is not like a fairy tale. It is like a very commercial way of telling the stories of these astras. So that is the thing that I really liked about Brahmastram. And also, he made sure that amongst all these astras, Vanarastra, Nandi Astra, Agni Astra, Jalastra, and of course, the main Brahmastram, among all these astrams, he made sure that love is the strongest of all the astras. Not just telling in dialogues, he made sure that his point comes across, that love will win across everything. Whatever the problem it might be, love will win over everything. He made sure that is the point that he has to give to the audience, and he sure did. And of course, he had the fantastic lovebirds for that, Alia and Ranbir. And of course, first of all, Ayan is not here today because I think now, initially it is only something that the directors and creators can understand. Now I think even everyone knows, all the audience also know, coming to the end of the project, coming nearer to the release, the director is so stressed out. He has to be there fine tuning every small bit that he can. 8 வருஷம் கொடுத்தாலும் கூட இன்னும் டைம் பார்த்ததுங்க. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல every director will be fine-tuning something. So Ayan is there, but he sent all his love, and some of his messages are there for you. Let's listen what Ayan has to say, tell you guys.
To them first.
You tell me.
I'll ask you a couple of questions because I'm very excited to see you first of all.
All right, me too.
You've come to Chennai. Chennaiக்கு ஒரு நிறைய வருடங்களுக்கு அப்புறம் பிரஸ் மீட் பண்றதுக்கு வந்திருக்கீங்க.
Yes.
So how does that feel first?
Feels homecoming. It's like coming home.
All right.
Yeah.
And Brahmastra, இந்த படம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்பெஷலான ப்ராஜெக்ட் அப்படின்னு எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். But what did Ayan Mukherjee say that made you feel interested enough to be a part of this project?
When I speak, I'll talk. I'll give you.
Over to you, sir.
All right. Ellarkum vanakkam. Thank you for having me here. It is really like a homecoming. I started my career almost here in Chennai in my earlier days. Sorry, I'm speaking in English. My Tamil has become a little rusty, so let me speak in English. And one of my iconic films, Geetanjali, was done by a Tamil director, Maniratnam, who's been legendary. You all know that. And I have always been inspired by Tamil movies like Robo 1, Robo 2. They were very, very visionary movies at that time. And they went all over India, not all over India, all over the world. And they were appreciated. And as time moved on, the world started getting to become a smaller place. And Rajmouli sir's Bahubali broke all the barriers and went, not just the barriers, like she said, it broke all numbers. And then Bahubali 2 came, and Triple R came, and then KGF came from Kannada, and Vikram. Recently, Kamalji's Vikram, one of my favorite actors, Vikram, his film came, and it started breaking all records and all numbers. And now we have Brahmastra coming in. And like she asked me what inspired me to do this film. I remember Ayan, like a little boy, coming home, and he had a comic book in his hand. And he came home, and I said, Ayan, what am I going to have in this film that you want me to do a role? And he said, sir, you just read this book. It was like a 20-page comic book, and it showed my character and what I'm doing in that film. I play a artist, or they call me an artist in that film, and I have the most powerful astra with me, called the Nandi Astra, and it has about the power of 1,000 bulls. And that fascinated me because I was always fascinated by Indian mythology because I grew up with Indian mythology.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so happy to share our vision of Brahmastram with you guys. All of you are somebody who come from a state which is so rich in culture, so rich in music, in the performing arts, and it's really my privilege to be here with all you guys. Brahmastrams started for Ayan and myself in actually 2013. We were doing a film called Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, and I remember during one of the schedules in Manali, he came to me and said that, Ranbir, I have this idea of two friends, which was also before RRR, and he said that one has the power of fire and one has the power of water. Of course, that film didn't turn out the way he had thought that time, and it came to the way that you guys are seeing right now. But I have seen this boy, Ayan Mukherjee, from the age of 29, he's become a young man now, and he spent 10 years and every day of his life really working and dreaming this vision, and just to be a part of it, just to be a little soldier in his battle to achieve his vision has been such an honor and such a privilege for all of us involved in Brahmastram. I've also had the opportunity to work with such legends like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Nag sir, who today I can also call my friend, who has completely with open arms, accepted Ayan, Alia, myself, Amla ma'am, Nag sir, his children, everybody, and he's made us a part of his family. And I will always be so grateful for that. Never in my wildest dreams I thought that I would have this name, S.S. Rajamouli, on a poster with my face on it, and that is such a big privilege, sir. Thank you so much for this. To work with one of the best actors I've ever worked with, and have the good fortune of finally marrying her, Alia, somebody who I met on this film. Our romance started on this film. By the time this film got over, we are married and expecting a baby also. So you can really imagine how long this journey has been. So it's really an emotional moment for all of us concerned with Brahmastram. We are here and we'll answer more questions coming from you. But thank you again from the bottom of my heart for supporting us and being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ranbir. Thank you very much. We'll, of course, get the press to ask the entire team some questions. But you have some visuals for us, some very, very special visuals.
Yes, we have a special message from the real firecracker of Brahmastram, and that is my favorite and all you guys' favorite. A small message from Alia.
Welcome to Chennai. Last year when we met, I mean, you had butterflies on how the film is going to be received in the South. So I hope that's settled now because Mr. Rajamouli sir is releasing the film. So how does it feel to break into the global scene with Brahmastra and Mr. Rajamouli presenting it, who has been the pioneer of such spectacles in Indian cinema?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's completely an honor and privilege, to have somebody like him, a director that we all love, not just in our country, but worldwide now. But having said that, I think eventually what really makes your film global is your content. And once the film releases on 9th September, we are hoping that we get the eyeballs, we get a lot of people to watch the film. Uh, we have the best of people supporting us. Disney from Hollywood is also really releasing the film in a lot of places. We're really pushing it. We have Rajamouli sir here, who's releasing the film for us in 4 South Indian languages. So I think with all this help that we can garner for Brahmastra, we have achieved. But now we are only hoping that the audiences also receive the content of the film, which is king.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would like to associate anything with anything which has so much of passion in it. நான் பாகுபலி பண்ணும்போது ஒரு 5 வருஷமாக அதுக்கு கம்ப்ளீட்லி அந்த அந்த படத்தில் இருக்கும்போது எவ்ரி ஒன் செட் தட் I am so passionate about that film. Now we have a person who gave 10 years of his life for one film. So we can understand the kind of passion he has for that film. So I thought in whichever way I can support this passionate person. Because when he came and our one then story solumbadu, I could see our vision na paatha, our films towards the films, the kind of love he has na paatha. So I thought whichever way I can help this person, it would be a very good get together. ஸோ அப்படி தான் பார்த்தாங்க. நான் ஏதோ ஒரு மெசேஜ் தரணும், என் படத்தில் நான் எந்த மெசேஜும் கொடுக்க மாட்டேன், வேறு படத்தில் நான் போய் கொடுக்க போகிறது. பட் இட் இஸ் லைக் you can really see the passion. And one more thing is like, see, we can be proud of our language, we can be proud of our culture, but at the same time we also we have that big heart of respecting and understanding other cultures and other languages. As a South Indian, I am very proud of my mother tongue being Telugu. I am very proud that I learned my craft in Tamil Nadu. I am very proud that I was born in Karnataka. I am very proud of the fact. But at the same time, I also respect the other language of the languages of the country. So when North India accepts our films from South and are accepting, reciprocating the same, when the film is good, when the film is made with love and passion, reciprocating that would also be very nice. So I thought, if in my small way, if I can do that, that would be a fantastic thing. So one more reason why I associated with Brahmastram.
In Tamil, I've worked in 3-4 films. Recently, Thola has come about 3 years ago. And Bollywood, I've worked quite a few since about 20 years. This is nothing new. This film I took up specially because I was very, very inspired by what they have given me, which role they wanted me to do. I already explained. And that's what made me do this film. It's got nothing to do with my son.
I see somebody with mic there. Ramesh, sir,
Hi.
is that you?
Hi, this question is for Ranbir. Hi, Ranbir.
Yes, sir.
Behind the camera here.
Yes, I can see.
Hi, Ranbir. This question is from, on behalf of your fans and Alia fans, I'm asking. I think recently in one Insta Live, you said something about Alia and some fans were upset. I don't know if you know that. Do you want to provide any clarifications for that?
Yes, absolutely. Firstly, let me start with I love my wife with everything I have in my life. And what happened on that, I think, is a joke which didn't turn out to be funny. And I really want to apologize to anyone who, if I have triggered anyone, it was not my intention. So I say sorry to whoever got triggered or offended. I spoke to Alia about it and she really laughed it off and she didn't mind it. But I do have a bad sense of humor and sometimes that kind of falls flat on my own face. So I'm sorry if I have hurt anyone about it.
Hi Ranveer here, behind the camera. Hi. Haricharan from Hindustan Times.
Hello.
So Brahmastra looks like the beginning of a universe in itself, right? So how do you, warm up to the idea of Indian cinema building its own universe, a la the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, it's so exciting. It's such exciting times for cinema in our country, of course, which has been spearheaded by Mr. Rajamouli sir, the kind of films he's made and the reach the films have had. Of course, nobody can match him, and Ayan is trying to do something very original, something that naturally comes from him. To be honest, since 2013, I've been hearing Ayan's vision, not just for Brahmastra, but also for the Astraverse. And there are so many stories that are so rich in our culture, seeped in Indian culture, that like sometimes it surprises me that so many years have gone by with cinema, and we've hardly even touched upon so many stories, which is rich in content, rich in entertainment, rich in characters, in value systems. And so it's very exciting times, and just to be a small part in Ayan's this large, amazing vision is, like I mentioned earlier, is really a privilege and an honor for me.
Nagarjuna sir, here. Nagarjuna sir. Yeah, hi sir. Hi, here. Sir, you have been part of a lot of Itihasa kind of films like Annamaya, Sri Ramadasu, and a lot of films. As you mentioned, like this is your first 3D film and it's grandeur, everything is associated with this film. Like going forward, can we expect you to explore like the grand films with mythological take? Like, is there any plans to explore these kind of films in future?
I definitely would like, and I hope Rajmouli sir makes one with me. Invites me to one of his films. I really hope. It has been my one of the few things which I have not done, and because I grew up on those films from my younger age, very, very young age, and they've been imprinted. And I would love if somebody makes a film and gives me a part in that film. I'd love to do it.
Yeah, of course, you feel extremely anxious, excited, nervous when a film comes out, and especially a film of this nature, something that we've really given our life to for the last 10 years. You feel even more pressure. Apart from that, I always believe that audience is king. You can never ever question them. If a film doesn't do well, the film is not good. It's as simple as that. If the film does well, it's the audiences who decide, and nobody can question that. We make films with a lot of love, and we only make it for the entertainment of an audience. It is for the audience, and it's the audience who decides if the film is good or not.
ரன்வீர், இந்து மதத்தின் மேல உள்ள நம்பிக்கையால இந்த படத்தில் நடிச்சீங்களா இல்ல கமர்ஷியலுக்காக இந்த படம் நடிச்சீங்களா?
யார் மேல நம்பிக்கை சார்?
இந்து மதத்தின் மீது உள்ள நம்பிக்கையால் இந்த படத்தில் இந்த படத்துல வந்து ரன்வீர் நடிச்சாரா இல்ல கமர்ஷியலா நடிச்சாரான்னு
புரியல. நீங்க வந்து நான் கேக்குறேன், is it your belief in Hinduism that made you do the film, or were you looking at the commercial aspect? But before Ranveer takes this question, I'd just like to say, let's keep politics, caste, religion out of films. Films are for entertainment. But you can, of course, talk about the aspect that inspired you to make the film.
I think the story and what Ayan was trying to tell through its characters, the kind of empathy, the kind of value system that the film was speaking about, yes, it's seeped in very richly in our Indian culture. But apart from that, I think it's the story of the film which really, really touched me.
நாகார்ஜுனா சார்.
எஸ்
சார், இங்கே சார் மீனாட்சி சுந்தரம் தினமலர்.
ஹாய்.
நாகார்ஜுனா சார், ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அப்புறம் அமலா மேடம் வந்து 30 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் நடிக்க வந்திருக்காங்க. அவங்க படமும் செப்டம்பர் 9th ரிலீஸ் ஆகுது, உங்க படமும் இந்த படமும் செப்டம்பர் 9th ரிலீஸ் ஆகுது. ஒரே வீட்டுக்குள்ள 2 பேர் காம்படிஷன், அதை பத்தி எப்படி நினைக்கிறீங்க? அப்புறம் வந்து நான் சைத்தன்யா சாரும் தமிழுக்கு ரொம்ப நாளைக்கு அப்புறம் வராரு, அதை பத்தி உங்களுடைய கருத்து என்ன?
No, it's very good. It's very nice competition at home, so everybody is alert all the time. September 9th, yes, her film is releasing in Tamil and Telugu, and my film is releasing all over the country. Either way, both of us are going to be happy that morning, because I know her film will do good and mine also.
So.
Well answered.
I'll see the film.
Sir,
please.
sir, Ayan is listening.
Ayan Mukherjee is listening. I can't tell you.
எப்படி சார் அப்படி நீங்க செப்டம்பர் 9 தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க அப்படின்னு அவங்க வந்து மறைமுகமா சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. That's all we have. That's the time we have for questions. Unfortunately, before we let you go, however, உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே பிடிச்ச ஒரு கேள்வி, I swear. Okay, ரொம்ப simple. We all know that you love Tamil cinema. Okay, I'm going to give you the names of certain actors, some iconic actors from Kollywood, from Tamil cinema, and you can describe them in either a word or a sentence. Yeah, let's start with superstar Rajinikanth.
Oof, can I do that action?
Yeah. Ooh.
I think we all have grown up doing that action of the glasses, cleaning the glasses and switching it around, and also throwing an imaginary cigarette, shooting it and landing it in your mouth.
Yeah, you also have the jacket, so you can also do the jacket action, which is very popular. Next, Ulaganayagan Kamal Hassan.
You know, when I was growing up, his films have made such a big impact on him. My father also worked with him in a film called Sagar. But I think Appu Raja is a film which, as a child, sometimes it was dark also because of the violence. But I really loved the character of Appu Raja, and he's really stayed with me since childhood.
Fantastic.
Rajamouli sir, கடைசி
Tala Ajit. One second. Let me finish and then we'll come to you. Tala Ajit. Ajit Kumar.
Ajit sir, wow. What to say? I think his style, you know, the way the human being he is, you hardly get to see him only. You know, you only see him in his movies. You don't see one picture, no, not one paparazzi picture of his. You don't see him coming out of the airport, nothing. And I think that kind of mystery is something which a lot of actors are losing out in today's day and age of social media, of paparazzi culture and all of that. And I really respect that how he has really created that mystery about himself. Apart from being the superstar that he is.
Superb. And lastly, Talapati Vijay.
Wow, he seems like he's such a good human being, you know, and every time you see his films, every character, you can feel his soul, that he's got a very pure soul. The last film that I've seen of his is Master, and I've really enjoyed most of his work, his songs, his dances, and just how simple he is. I've really admired that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, RK, and thank you to Rajamouli sir and Nag sir for answering the questions. They have a little bit of time. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் டைம் இருக்கா? I think அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு சில இன்டர்வியூஸ் இருக்கு. நிறைய வெயிட் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. Okay, last question. Okay, உங்களோட தான் சார் last question.
எதுக்கு தெரியாதுங்க எல்லாம் தெரியும் பட் ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லணும்னா ஃபார் மெனி இயர்ஸ் த என்டையர் கண்ட்ரி அண்ட் ஆஸ் அ பார்ட் ஆஃப் கிரியேட்டிவ் ஃபீல்ட் வி ஆல்சோ didn't tell our stories. நமக்கு இருக்கிற ஸ்டோரிஸ் பற்றி சொல்ல only recently we opened our eyes and we realized that we have so many stories and we just started. இப்போ தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஒரு 10 வருஷம் கூட ஆகலை, ஒரு மேபி 5-6 இயர்ஸ் ஆச்சு நம்ம கதை சொல்கிறது ஆரம்பிச்சு. எவ்ரி ஸ்டோரி வரும். என் பையன் பேர் கார்த்திகேயா. So definitely வரும். No doubt about it.
ராஜமௌலி சார் உங்க அடுத்த படம் எப்போ சொல்லுங்க சார்?
I'm so sorry. We'll have to cut off those mics.
We can take one last question.
Yeah, one last question. RK சொல்லிட்டாரு. One last question. Yeah, சொல்லுங்க சார். அவர் என்ன சொல்றாரு சார்? ஓகே.
சார் நிறைய வாட்டி சொல்லியிருக்கேன், அவர் கூட பண்ணுறது ஒரு பெருமை. No, all of us will be waiting for that moment, but cinema உலகத்தில் the stars have to align. Somehow all things have to come together before it happens. Not just me, all the directors will look forward for that. I'm just hoping it will happen.
Thank you very much. Ranbir, you have an announcement to make?
Yes, firstly again, thank you so much for being here and for supporting us and supporting the film Brahmastram. I just have one exciting little news for the film. We are releasing our new song tomorrow, which is also going to be sung by the extremely talented Anirudh, and very excited about that. So please watch it, and please let us know what you thought about it. And again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for welcoming us in such a nice way. Thank you.